Hello and welcome to Bike Ride Reviews. Today I've got the Aventon Level 4 Rec in the studio for testing. At just under $2,000 US, this hub drive e-bike is the cheaper of Aventon's two new commuter models. I recently tested the mid-drive version, the Level 4 ADV, which costs $800 more. So I'm pretty excited to see how they compare to each other. Let's find out how the Level 4 Rec performs and see if it's the smarter buy. The Level 4 Rec arrived almost ready to ride. All I had to do was attach the bars, install the pedals, and charge the battery. Aventon provides everything you need to make setup as easy as possible, including an instruction manual and the required tools. Now let's take a look at what you're actually getting for the money. Aventon offers the Level 4 Rec with the choice of a step-over or step-through frame, each in two sizes. The size large step-over that I'm testing today should fit riders from 5'10" to 6'4". The payload capacity is 330 pounds, and Aventon lists the weight at 65.8 pounds. On my scale, it came in at 69.34, so pretty close. Up front, you get a basic 80mm coil suspension fork with preload adjustment and lockout. And in the rear, there's a 50mm suspension seat post. The motor is the main difference from the Level 4 ADV. The Rec has a 750 watt rear hub that puts out 80 Nm of torque and has Aventon's boost mode that provides 96 Nm and up to 1,440 watts of power for 30 seconds at a time. Pedal assist is managed by either a cadence or torque sensor, which you can toggle in the app. Power comes from a 36 volt, 20 amp hour or 733 watt hour battery with LG cells. It's removable with keyless access, accessed via the app or the advanced menu. And the 4 amp charger returns a full charge in about 5 hours. A bright, easy to read display centrally mounted rounds out the electronics. The other key difference to the ADV model is the lower end Shimano Altus 8-speed drivetrain instead of a 10-speed Qs. This setup includes a 12 to 32 tooth cassette, 48 tooth chainring, and a trigger shifter. The brakes are Tektro hydraulic discs with 180mm rotors. Accessories are an important part of any e-commuter, and Aventon equips this bike with full coverage fenders, a rear rack, and integrated lights with turn signals. Unlike the ADV, the Rec has a brake light and throttle in its stock form. Like all of Aventon's recent models, the Level 4 Rec has a suite of smart features that include 4G and GPS tracking, geofencing, a display-activated rear wheel lock, unusual activity detection, and a remote phone lock. These extras are free for the first year with the IoT service, and $20 per year after that. As always with Aventon, the battery and electronics are UL certified, and the water resistance ratings are more than sufficient. So that's the bike on paper. Now let's see how it actually rides. When you're first rolling the bike, or if you go to lift it, the bike is quite heavy. 70 pounds is pretty hefty for a commuter bike, and you feel it unless you're actually riding it and have it under power. When I got riding, I found the upright city style geometry comfortable. And man, does this thing move! In turbo mode, it went from 0 to 20 in 7 seconds using throttle and just 6 seconds using pedal assist. I turned it up to boost and shaved a second off each of those times. So that's a pretty impressive acceleration result. And it puts right up there with some of the best comparison bikes. The Level 4 Rec can be programmed to hit Class 3 speeds of 28 miles per hour. And the 750 watt motor has no problem pushing you to that top speed, with really easy cruising in the mid-20s. But climbing is where this bike really shines. It had impressive results in our steep hill climbing test, coming in at the top of the comparison group. And it had some great results in the gradual hill climb as well. The only trade-off is noise. under heavy load or up steep climbs, there's an annoying whine and vibration to this rear hub motor. And it really pales in comparison to the subtle and quiet assist that you get with the Level 4 ADV's mid-drive motor. Adding to a host of other features on this bike, this is the first time that I've tested an e-bike that has regenerative braking. And this bike doesn't just have that, it also has regenerative coasting. So the regenerative braking is going to pull back power when you use the brakes while traveling more than 6 miles per hour. Regenerative coasting, on the other hand, is going to give you back power when you coast off power going faster than 6 miles an hour. You can select to turn one or both on in the advanced settings in the app. You can also use the bike without either on. Aventon claims that these settings can give you back up to 10 miles per charge. I wasn't able to directly test that during the short testing window that I had with this bike, but I do feel like they added to that great result that we got during the range test. Using the max pedal assist, the Level 4 Rec traveled 44.2 miles, putting it second against the comparison bikes, coming in just behind the Level 4 ADV. Similar to my experience with other Aventon bikes, both the display and the app are excellent. Easy to read in direct sunlight and quick to pair. In the app, Ride Tune gives you full control over each assist level, your speed limit, and the torque or cadence sensors, meaning you can customize the ride to suit your preferences. Braking was the only unfortunate test result. From 20 miles per hour, the bike took 22 feet to stop, which is the longest distance out of all the comparison bikes. So something about those brakes or tires mean you have to add a little bit of braking distance. It's perfectly safe, but it could maybe use an upgrade to that front rotor when this one wears out to bring that distance down a bit. So is the cheaper Level 4 Rec the smarter buy? Or is it worth tossing in the extra $800 for the ADV? From my short test period, the Rec made a strong case for its value. It accelerates and climbs faster than most e-commuters, and it delivers excellent range. Unlike the ADV, you also get a brake light, regenerative braking, and boost mode. What you give up for those $800 is the unmatched smoothness of the mid-drive assistance, the automatic shifting and pedal assist, a higher-end 10-speed Q's electronic drivetrain, and more stopping power. The ADV's motor is also much quieter under load. For riders who want a powerful and well-equipped commuter and don't value the more premium ride feel of a mid-drive, the Level 4 Rec is more than sufficient. If you want to see what that extra $800 buys you, you can watch my full review of the Level 4 ADV by following the link down in the description. So what do you think of the Level 4 Rec? Let me know in the comments. And if you own any of Aventon's models, I'd love to hear your experience. If you're still looking for your next bike, check out bikeride.com. We've got hundreds of bike reviews, plus handy search tools and our curated best bike lists to narrow the search. You can also find ride events near you to join, brush up on maintenance with our repair guides, or discuss anything to do with bikes in our forums. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for our next review.